Maybe I do a show with one glove on. All right, I got to jump. Got to go to Bron here. Be professional, everybody. Let's see if I could catch Bron here real quick. He's with Mike Trudell. Let's see if we can catch some of it. Take a listen.
Whatever it takes for us to close this game, we understand we still got, a lot at stake. And, we had a tough loss last night in Oklahoma City. So, we really wanted this one, not only for Luka, but for us as a team, for us to continue to get better at what we want to do.
Heard you talking to Steve Nash on your podcast about you kind of taking care of your body at this stage. How do you get it to the point where you can attack the rim like that in the fourth quarter in year 22?
I just will. Dedication to my craft. Putting the time in on my body, just always staying in the present. I'm always in the moment and not thinking about what happened yesterday or thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. Just staying in the present and living in the moment. So I'm happy that my teammates give me the confidence and the belief to go out and do what I want to do and do what I love to do. So it's all about those guys too.
Last one for you. In the stands, you got Patrick Mahomes, Derrick Henry. I know you're a big NFL guy. Have you get a chance to kind of say hello and think about the football?
Absolutely, both of them.
Cardio.
Obviously Pat Mahomes is the best player in football. What football has today, arguably one of the greatest ever played. Even right now, where he's still young. And I've said over and over that King Henry is my favorite player in the National Football League. So it's great to have those guys in attendance and for us to be able to put on a performance in front of them like that.
All right, go get some rest. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's get the show started here. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you for being here. Lakers over the Dallas Mavericks, 112-97. There was a lot going on there. I wanted to hurry up and go live. I wanted to hurry up and get the show started. At the same time, I'm like, Al, why don't you grab those boxing gloves real quick? So then I had to get the boxing gloves. And then I knew LeBron was going to come on. Like, I don't – this is the equivalent of basically a triple-double in a game. You're doing a little bit of everything. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. If you're hanging out on the post-game show, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, we got a lot going on. Today. There is a ton of things to unfold in tonight's game. I think the thing that, I'll probably walk away with more than anything else, and I know we're going to talk a lot of Luka. I know there's a lot to talk about, but the one thing that I would say coming into this game, you had to walk away with a win. I know this game was entertainment. I know this game had a lot going on. It had a lot of storylines, the whole thing. I understand that. I completely get it. First time he's back in Dallas. Nationally televised game. Everybody's watching this game. They want to see the Lakers and the Mavs and Luka get back to Dallas. Cool. I'm all good with that. But I said it on the morning show today. I said it yesterday. I said it when Lakers had the postgame show last night against the Thunder. We talked about it. You had to get a win tonight. You just had to. The position that puts the Lakers to get a win tonight. Remember, coming into this game, you needed 2 of your last 3 games to lock up that number 3 spot, and you didn't really have to worry about what else happens in the league. You got to kind of take care of your own business. This game tonight put the Lakers in a phenomenal position to potentially lock up that number 3 seed. That, to me, was the main thing that had to happen tonight. You had to make sure that you locked up at the absolute minimum. You got one of those wins against Dallas tonight. I didn't think it was going to be an easy game. Frankly, it wasn't an easy game. I thought it was a good back and forth, tough game. There was a lot at stake. I think there was a lot that went into this game. You had to walk away with a win. The Lakers were able to do that. However they got there, it didn't matter. At the end of the day, did you win the game? Did the final score? Did the Lakers grab another W, get a little bit closer to locking in that number 3 seed? And they did that. Now, there's a lot more that went into this game. There are a lot of details in this game that I thought were interesting, entertaining. And, of course, Luka being the top storyline of all that. But when the dust settled tonight, go get a W. And the Lakers did that. And that, to me, is, I think, the piece that I feel like can really kind of help bring this team together. You got Luka, you got an emotional night. You want him to go off. You want him to do his thing. But I don't think that took away from the Lakers knowing we got to go get a win against Dallas, and they were able to do so. All right, let's talk Luka. Luka Doncic tonight. In a game where he comes back to Dallas and everybody is looking at what is Luka Doncic going to do in his first game back. fire Nico chants going throughout the game. And typically, when he was at the free throw line or someone was at the free throw line, so it was quiet enough that those cheers can go on. What was Luka going to do in Dallas in his first game, understanding that this squad's got to get a win just as important as he wants to show off to the Dallas Mavericks? 45, 8, and 6, and 4 steals for Luka Doncic, a plus 26 in the plus minus column, 16 of 28 from the field, well above 50%, 7 of 10 from the 3-point line. Oh my God, what were the Dallas Mavericks doing? Oh my gosh, there were so many moments in this game that you just knew this is what makes some of the stars out there stars. This is what separates an all-star from, that's one of the few in the league. Listen to what I just said. This is what separates an all-star from, that's one of the baddest men on the planet when it comes to his occupation, which is obviously basketball. When the moment gets bigger, they're even better than they really are. How many times have you watched any sport and you look at a player and you're like, yeah, but you know what? In the playoffs, that guy really struggles. Yeah, but when the moment is really big, that guy doesn't typically show up. Luka, when the moment is as big as it can get, 45, 8, and 6 with 4 steals. Let me say that again because I want to make sure that I'm saying this right. When the moment is as big as it can get in the regular season, 45, 8, and 6 with 4 steals for Luka. Across the board, well over 50% from the field efficiency-wise. 7 of 10 from the 3-point line. Got to the free throw line 9 times. That's actually where he was at his worst. He missed 3 free throws. That, go figure. That's where Luka was at his worst. Luka was incredible tonight. Luka was great tonight. Luka, I thought, look back at that game against the Oklahoma City Thunder before he got thrown out for that BS technical foul yesterday. Go look at that game on Sunday that he had. Big stage, big moment. Luka, what are you going to do? You didn't play well against the Golden State Warriors. Luka was phenomenal. If there was ever a question, and I'll talk about Anthony Davis, but I think it's a good way for me to kind of transition here, or at least mention Anthony Davis. If there was ever a time that you wanted to talk about a franchise player for the next 5, 7, 10 years, this is why people say this is one of the most lopsided trades in NBA history, is because Luka on any given night can give you 45, 8, and 6, and he could do it effortlessly. And he could give you 31 in the first half, no problem. And like I said from the beginning, the most important thing was it ended up leading to a Lakers W. And Luka was phenomenal when all eyes were on him. Luka was incredible. Luka did what Luka Doncic needed to do, and he was great. And it wasn't just Luka. I mean, I'm not going to stop just at Luka, but obviously I was going to spend some time making sure that I was talking about Luka from that perspective and giving this man his credit. You saw, obviously he was teary-eyed when the game was, when the tribute was up there for him. He felt a certain way. And he came out tonight and just went off. So it doesn't get any better from that perspective. Lakers get the W. On top of Lakers getting the W, obviously we saw Luka did what he did, and just a phenomenal game overall. Couple other players I'm going to get into here. I know we got a lot of comments that are rolling in right now. Keep the comments coming. And tonight we'll go. We're hanging out tonight. We'll go as long as we need to go to make sure that we obviously get the comments in and we get everybody's opinion and thoughts on this game, and we'll play all the interviews and everything else. All right. Couple other guys I want to mention here. How phenomenal was LeBron in that fourth quarter? How phenomenal. Lakers, to be honest with you, there's a moment there. I think Klay Thompson hit a 3. Lakers went down 2. And Lakers had a 13-point lead. And the next thing you look up, I don't know how many minutes was left in the game, maybe 8, 9 minutes, something like that. And the lineup that they were playing, and they were kind of just preparing for the end here. And then once they put in that lineup, it was Luka, it was Dorian Finney-Smith, it was Austin Reeves, it was LeBron, and it was Rui Hachimura. We'll get into Rui as well. LeBron had a stretch there where he basically took over the game, where they needed somebody to step up and do something. I thought LeBron was excellent tonight. these last few games, if you're watching LeBron, there was a time where you're asking yourself, hey, is there an issue here with LeBron? Is there how is he feeling as he's coming off that injury? What is he going to look like when the dust settles? Is he going to be ready for the playoffs? I think LeBron's looked great over these last couple of games. I think LeBron has been phenomenal these last couple of games. Maybe not perfect, but playing a role that he feels like is winning basketball. He had moments tonight where he's like, all right, let me go to work, get to the basket, hit a couple of threes, make a couple nice passes, get a couple and ones. His defense, I thought, there's a lot of times, you guys might want to talk about LeBron on defense, but LeBron is playing basically who you want me to guard? Anthony Davis, Gafford, PJ Washington. Okay, I'll do whatever I need to do as the Lakers go smaller, right? I thought LeBron was phenomenal tonight. How good was Rui? You don't think the Lakers could have used Rui Hachimura last night? Plus 21 in the plus minus, 15 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 7 from the three-point line. I got to be honest. He missed some shots that I'm like, that Rui's supposed to hit that shot. I thought Rui was big. Rui gives them something that if you're a fan of Jared Vanderbilt, you're a fan of Dorian Finney-Smith, awesome. But Rui mixes in hey, I can go off and get you 15 to 20 points on any given night as well. Vando can't do that. Obviously, he can't rebound like Vando. He's not going to – there's certain things Vando brings to the table. But for the Lakers to go on a run and have an opportunity to make some real noise these playoffs, all these guys got to be available. And not all these guys got to contribute every single night, but they got to be around. You got to feel you got to feel their presence. I'll give you an example. DFS, Dorian Finney-Smith, only had 5 points. DFS had 5 assists. He had 5 rebounds. He had a steal. DFS had the highest plus minus of anybody in the game today, a plus 29 plus minus. Austin Reeves, he didn't have a good night. 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 6, 1 of 5 from the three-point line. But you always have to account for Austin Reeves when you're playing the Lakers. He had 4 rebounds. He had 4 assists. Tried to do other things to kind of help out. Even guys that, look, like I said, Vando, only 2 points tonight, had 5 rebounds. Who cares about how many points that he scores? Gabe Vincent only had 2 points, but the stars were there for the Lakers, led by LeBron and led by Luka. They got stops when they needed to. They held the Dallas Mavericks to under 100 points. Anytime you do that, it's the one thing that I keep saying. Kevin Gray Jr. came on the show this morning, and we were talking about, he covers the Dallas Mavericks for All City Sports in Dallas. And he came on the show, and we were talking a little bit about the Lakers and this and the 2 games against the Thunder, and he was highlighting how many threes the Lakers hit these last couple games. I'm like, brother, trust me. The Lakers win games because of their defense. If they get stops, they lock you down, they find a way to force you to, cause you to force turnovers or anything along those lines. They give themselves a chance. I'm not down for a Lakers shootout. I don't want to see a Lakers shootout. I want to see the Lakers put themselves in a position that they end up winning a game because they're getting stops and they're playing defense. So obviously phenomenal from that perspective, and we'll take it from there. So there gives everybody just kind of a good idea of a little bit of everybody tonight. Talked about a number of different players. Luka gets his love. Luka goes back and does what he does to the Dallas Mavericks, and the Lakers walk away with a win. Now there's a couple other key games coming up tonight that are obviously going to be important to see what happens and see if the Lakers can lock down that number 3 spot. But, man, I feel a lot better about the Lakers with this W than what could have potentially went down, where they were still kind of in a position where they haven't locked down. They now, at least, there are some things they could kind of wipe off the board. But the most important thing, and it's coming soon, is the Lakers are going to put themselves in a spot where hopefully they're locking down. Okay, as soon as JJ Redick goes, we're going to get to it. So that should be happening here any second now. I'm going to wait on some of the comments. I'm going to wait on some of the supers and everything else. I just want to get JJ first. Here, JJ Redick talking on the Lakers win over the Mavs.
Let me start by saying the moment with the tribute video and him sitting by himself and getting to actually live that and live in the moment and allowing himself to be vulnerable, and his teammates supporting. Some of his teammates got emotional. Some of the coaches got emotional. It was a beautiful moment. Thought thought the video was great, but I think just his ability to then go perform, lights turn on. He's teary-eyed still as we walk out on the court for the tip ball. To have the emotional resolve to then go put on that kind of performance, it's superhuman. And I think all his teammates know that too, because I think all his teammates can empathize with what he just went through over the last couple months. And maybe some anticipation, maybe some dread, but certainly a ton of emotions about tonight. And then he went and did that. It's big time. And, he led us. I thought LeBron in the second half,
Excellent.
The amount of energy that he expended on the second night of a back-to-back on both ends of the court, teach tape stuff. He led our defense again. We challenged the guys at halftime. And I had a 40-point second half. We had a small little blip there to start the fourth quarter. But our guys certainly had Luka's back, and he had his teammates back for sure.
And just to follow up on Luka, you as a former teammate, and then you spent years watching him. He's known to rise to big moments, I suppose it's fair to say, but to be able to do it on top of the emotional setting, is that kind of a different level?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to get 50. I was disappointed.
So we let you down. Obviously, there was a lot of benefits probably for Luka moving on from this, having this, being able to put this behind him. But I'm curious though about what you feel like. You mentioned kind of his teammates being able to live that moment with him when he came off the court. I don't know if you noticed it in the fourth, the embraces he got, particularly the one he got from LeBron as he walked off the court in the fourth quarter. Like, what can this do for your group as you guys are going to, you're a couple games away from like really getting tested in ways that, teams that are put together this quickly, haven't always done very well with?
It can bring you together. It can bring you closer. You never know. The NBA is a fickle thing. Greg and I were talking as that moment was happening, both kind of fighting back some emotions. And, Greg said to me, this is going to be awesome for our group to go through this with him and for him to go through this with them. Does that mean we're going to win an NBA championship or get to the conference? I don't know. But it was an awesome moment for everyone.
I'm going to stop it right there. That's perfect. I'm going to keep things kind of rolling here. I do want to continue on the post-game show. Interesting stuff right there. I agree. Sometimes you can have, moments during a season where it probably brings the squad together. I'm sure you guys, wherever you work, your occupation, something happens at work and you feel like, you know what, that kind of actually brought us closer together. We found ourselves hanging out, outside of the office, or something happened with one coworker and everybody kind of rallied behind that coworker and it got everybody closer. And I like what JJ said. It doesn't mean they're going to go win a championship. Doesn't mean that they're going to go, obviously nothing is guaranteed from this point on, but I do think there is something to that. I don't think this was a regular game. I was highlighting some comments here and I'm going to start looking at some of your comments. Let me find one that I saw here. This one. This is a good one. I like this one. And I'll tell you why. Because I don't think you're wrong. Why are you celebrating Dallas wasn't even that much of competition? I don't think you're wrong there. I don't think Dallas is a great team. Now, I will tell you, they're a better team than you think, but obviously not having Kyrie Irving is a colossal loss to the Dallas Mavericks. If they had Kyrie and you're getting 25 to 35 a game from Kyrie, probably 7-8 assists as well, and it opens up the floor for everybody else, and it takes a lot of pressure off the guards, and now AD's getting better looks, and Gafford and Lively. not having Kyrie is a huge impact on that Dallas Mavs team. So whatever Nico's vision was, he'll never get to see it through this year. So Nico doesn't get a chance to say, okay, I know I traded Luka. All right, I know I'm really affected the future of this franchise. I know he's a fan favorite. But on top of that, Kyrie's not there. So really nothing's going to get to play out. But I think this comment, why are you celebrating Dallas, wasn't even much competition. I'll tell you why. Because every win at this stage of the season is very, very important. They didn't beat the Mavs, so then now I think they can go beat the Thunder in a 7-game set. They didn't win tonight, and now I feel like, hey, if they get the Warriors in the first round, Lakers have the advantage. But getting that much closer to locking up the number 3 seed, it doesn't matter who plays in front of you. Lakers last night played against the Oklahoma City Thunder. We're putting up a fight. 7 minutes left to go in the game. Lakers are up 1. Obviously, Luka gets thrown out, and then that game collapses. Well, LeBron had to play 35. AR had to play 38. DFS had to play big minutes. This game meant something to Dallas as well. This wasn't a big game because it was big competition. It was a big game because there's only a handful of games left, and in order to hit the goal that you're trying to hit, which is that number 3 seed, you needed this game tonight. The distraction of Luka, the distraction of the big game that it is. You're going back to Dallas. There's a lot of side stories to this game. That's why I thought this game was important. Not just the competition. The competition has something to do with it. I mean, AD certainly has a say in, hey, I was traded as well. But I think there was a lot of reasons why this game was important, other than just you're looking at the Mavs and their schedule. So just to give you my piece on that one. All right, let me find a couple more here. Really missed Rui and Luka on the OKC game. Wasn't talked about enough from me as well. I didn't talk about it enough as well. I should have been mentioning more how key Rui would have been in last night's game. You're right. He didn't play. They got him ready, second of a back-to-back tonight against OKC, and he certainly had a lot of impact. Get another one in here. AR has a couple good defensive plays when it mattered, so I'll give him a pass. I'm okay with AR, guys. There's going to be games where Austin Reeves is excellent, and if he has an occasional game like this, he didn't play well tonight. He didn't. But AR is still going to try to make the right pass. He's still going to try to make the right play. He's going to give all his effort that he possibly can on the defensive side. AR is going to have nights where he doesn't shoot well. That's just going to happen. But I don't think AR is a negative on this team. Even if he's playing poorly, I still think he's going to find ways to contribute. And luckily for the Lakers, Luka gave you 45, so you didn't need 25 from AR. And LeBron chipped in with 27. So you got some other help from other players, and most importantly, the Lakers got the win. Let me get to a couple more comments here. I know we got a lot of supers here that I'm going to kind of rip through here for a quick second. Mitch Potter, love a win for the Lakers. Wanted it more for Luka. Yeah, it's a cool game. This wasn't your regular season game. This one obviously had a lot more stake to it. There was a lot more on the line. There was a lot more to talk about. And for Luka, obviously, you understand what this game meant to him. Man, really what this does, if we all kind of take a step back. Oh, my God, what were they doing? I mean, how? How do you trade him? How do you trade him? How do you not try to figure it out, lock him up? You just went to the NBA Finals. I mean, this organization got such a gift that will be there for years. And obviously the expectations are going to be different. He's going to be expected to win an NBA championship, the whole thing, but nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Comes with the territory. That's exactly what you want. Mitch, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Eric B. Mac, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Let's get LeBron is talking as we speak. Let's get Bron. Let's get his thoughts, kind of a longer version of an interview. Let's take a quick listen.
From the very beginning and just the emotions from the tribute video with Luka all the way to the end.
Super dope. Super happy to be a part of that moment. Obviously, you saw the emotions on Luka's face. It was great. That was an unbelievable moment. Something I'll probably never forget, to be a part of that moment. And the kid had 7 amazing seasons here. I mean, he was from a kid to, a man, and for all those moments, just it's all come together today, and just it's pretty cool.
I just saw him tell Lisa Salters that after he watched the tribute video, he thought to himself, "There's no way I could play this game." From that emotion to delivering the performance he did.
He did that. He did that. You can call that out of body experience then, because he was locked in from start to finish.
You get to play with this guy. The playoffs starting in a week or so. What does having Luka Doncic on the team mean for the Lakers' possibilities this postseason?
I mean, he's battle tested. He's been in big moments. He's played in big moments throughout his whole career. Literally less than a year removed from the NBA Finals. So he knows what to expect. And that's great to have, that going into the postseason when you have guys that's been battle tested. And he's special with it. So that's always a good feeling.
Was this like a battle tested moment for the entire group, though, to come in here, win it, have him feel that support? You guys were all chanting Luka on the bench when he checked out.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that was our only concern, is for us to support him, and be there for him in whatever fashion or whatever way we could be throughout the whole entire game. So, that was our only motto, our only motive, our only thought process. Everything was to make sure that we was there for him in any way, shape, or form.
From a team perspective, you guys did clinch a playoff spot with tonight's victory. It's been a while since you guys got to the postseason without the play-in tournament. How important is that for this group specifically, especially with all you guys have been through this season, physically, mentally?
It's very important. You get that week off. Being a part of the play-in, I think the last couple of years, is just, anything can happen. So for us to know that we top 6, I mean, in the format that it is right now, anytime you get some rest, I speak for myself. Anytime I can get a week off from not playing ball, I'll take it. All
right, we'll stop it right there. Keep things rolling here. I think a couple things just kind of stuck out here. Listen to LeBron. First off, one thing that I think really has got to be mentioned here, LeBron balled out tonight too. LeBron was phenomenal tonight. LeBron was really good tonight. LeBron was a key piece to Lakers grabbing that win tonight. So I don't want that portion to get lost, because it was Luka's night, 45 points. I had somebody tell me yesterday, somebody had put it in the chat or something like that Luka's a crybaby, and LeBron is just basically got to appease this guy, this and that. And the point that I was trying to make is, let me tell you something that LeBron is. LeBron is very smart. He's very strategic. And LeBron understands, if LeBron's number one goal, which I do believe it is on a year in, year out basis, for the most part, maybe if you got a year where you know that you don't have a shot at winning an NBA championship, Bron is trying to win. And Bron tonight was great. But more importantly, Bron understands the moment. Hey, tonight's Luka's night. Leave this thing alone. Hey, if Luka goes off for 45, is he helping us win or is he not? That's the only thing I care about. Are we getting a W in the process? Hey, does Luka feel more like this is his team? He's part of the team. He wants to fight now. He could turn that chapter to, maybe tonight was the final moment where he could turn that chapter of the Dallas Mavericks and say, all right, cool. Now I get to go and try to go win an NBA championship with the Lakers. That chapter is not officially closed with the Mavs, but it's much different than it was before. LeBron's strategic. He knows what he's doing. And if LeBron didn't have the faith in Luka Doncic to go carry the Lakers franchise, then he wouldn't let him. Luka's not getting 28 shots off and 10 3-pointers and, everything else that comes with it. So sometimes I think they're always looking for something to bitch and complain about with LeBron. And I don't think people truly understand just how important he's been to this franchise over the last 6-7 years. And even right now, where he knows, you know what, maybe I can't do it exactly how I used to, but I'm still going to be very effective. I'm going to still be a big part of the game. But I also understand there's a dude right here that's pretty bad himself in Luka Doncic. All right, let me get through some more comments here. Let's see a few more here. Bron absolutely took over when necessary. Slee, Who do you think we should avoid in the first round? Honestly, the only team that I'm thinking about here is I think the Golden State Warriors. I give the Lakers the edge, a slight edge against the Warriors. I don't think Podziemski is going to score 28. I don't think they're going to, have as much. What they have 37 and 28 from the backcourt that one game. I don't think they're going to be that good. Granted, I don't think Jimmy Butler had much of a game. I think there's other players. They got a lot of talent. They got championship pedigree. I'd prefer not having to play the Golden State Warriors in the first round. That would be nice. I'd prefer that. By the way, you hear them talking about, so Lakers obviously guaranteed a playoff spot. They're top 6. They don't have to worry about the play-in tournament anymore. They got tiebreakers on a lot of these teams. I was looking here, and of course this happened. I don't know what the Rockets are going to do on Friday. I just know this. They got Clippers tonight. Rockets already locked up the number 2 seed. Maybe the Rockets don't give a rat's ass coming up on Friday, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that they'll be playing some of their guys. Here's what the Rockets are doing tonight against the Clippers. Dylan Brooks out. Jabari Smith out. Amen Thompson out. Fred VanVleet out. And Alfred Sengun out. Şengün out. They're not playing anybody tonight. They're giving Clippers a free pass. So I think for the Lakers, I've said this to you guys before. In a perfect world for me, by the time we get to Saturday, whatever happens on Friday, right? Lakers beat the Rockets. They don't beat the Rockets. Lakers are clearly going to play everybody on Friday. They're trying to win that game. But if you can beat the Rockets on Friday and just solidify, hey, it's done. They grab the seed that they need. They got the number 3 seed. It's over. How great would it be for the Lakers to sit everybody on Sunday, not have to play anybody against the Portland Trailblazers? Obviously, that game is in Portland. And when I tell you you're getting a full 7 days off, 8 days if you count that Saturday, before you get a game and give a guy like LeBron James, like he said, hey, I'll take that rest. Give them some practices. They're going to know who they're going to face in the playoffs anyways, because it's going to be 3-6 matchup. They don't have to wait for that, for the play-in tournament to get the result from that 7-8. Let guys kind of rest their body, and LeBron already got 2 weeks off in March. That could be a dangerous, dangerous team that's healthy and rested at the right time. So that, I think, has a lot to do with it as well. All right, let me get to a couple more of these supers here, then we'll start looking at some of the other comments as well. Brian Burley II. So win the next game and get some rest for a week. No question about it. Literally exactly what I was just talking about right there. Win the next game, and then all of a sudden, that Sunday game, nope, we're not playing anybody. We're not playing anybody. We're going to throw 5 guys out there, pick somebody from the crowd, and let's go. Let them play against the Portland Trailblazers. There's nothing to play for. 12:30 game. By the time that game is done, Lakers obviously will probably at that point, by the time that game's obviously over, they're going to know who they're going to play. That's the perfect scenario, if you ask me. Dino with a super here. A couple of these. Dino, I appreciate it. Appreciate the love, brother. Thank you for being a part of the channel and the show, and I appreciate the super right there. Joser, so happy for Luka. LeBron dominated those Mavs bigs. Slee, by the way, my wedding planning is going good so far. Go make it happen, Joser. I mean, basically, on the side, I'm a wedding planner. Everybody knows that. People know me for a couple of things. They say, Slee, oh, yeah. That dude from San Diego, right? Okay, yeah, they know that. Oh, yeah, Slee. Yeah, breaking down Lakers. Yeah, they know that. And then the wedding planner. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows. How many people? Let me know how many people. I'll take care of everything else. All right, I got some more comments here I got to get into. Let's keep going on these comments. We got a lot here. A lot of comments here rolling in. I got to go all the way to the bottom. Got to go all the way to the bottom here. Okay, Luka's talking. I'm going to shut up here for a second. Luka's talking. Let's hear what Luka's got to say about the Lakers win, and then obviously being.
After that video, I was like, "There's no way I'm playing this game." It was so many emotions, and I just went out there and just played basketball.
When you checked out, or there was a timeout, I guess, before you checked out, you had 45 points, come to the bench. Some of the fans in the arena are chanting Luka, and your Laker teammates are jumping up and down and chanting it too. What was that moment like for you, and how do you think this was an eventful day for the Lakers as a team and you being a part of them?
Big time, because they all had my back. That's what we talked about before the game, and everybody had my back, from coaches to players. And, we're trying to build something special here, and that was really, really, really nice to see.
I know we talked about this last night a little bit. You said, you knew it was going to be an emotional night, but you weren't fully sure what to expect. I guess when you woke up this morning, even got to the arena, more so even pregame, like what were you feeling as you walk through this arena for the first time in a while, as you see these faces? Like what were you feeling in those moments specifically?
Well, it was a little bit of both, happy and angry, but it's nice to see some familiar faces here. I spent a lot of times with them. But like you said, it was a lot of emotions. When I woke up, I was tired. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't sleep much. I was excited about this game, and I really appreciate the fans, the way they reacted to me.
Luka, what was the exhale like after the exhale? Was there a sigh of relief or exhaustion from you after tonight to be able to put this back?
I'm tired. But I'm happy. I'm happy it's over. Now I can get some sleep finally. But like I said, it was an amazing experience. Like I said, the fans, the way they accepted me, cheered for me, it was just unbelievable.
Luka, you had that moment after you checked out where you got a standing ovation from the crowd, you got a standing ovation from the bench, and then you sat down and you were surrounded by everyone standing. What was going through your head there when you kind of sat by yourself for like 30 seconds?
Honestly, I don't really know. I wasn't even thinking. I was just happy. I wasn't really thinking. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say because I wasn't really thinking. I was just saying there, it's over. We won, and I had a great time.
Luka, Dave alluded to this a little bit, but not just tonight's win, but beating OKC in the way that you did, hanging in the second game. What kind of collective confidence does this give you guys? As you still need one win to secure the 3 seed, but what confidence does it give you as you approach the playoffs?
I mean, first of all, it's a big time that we clinched playoff spot. It's a big time. You don't want to play in. You get some rest. But obviously, we won the 3rd seed, and we're gonna go after it for sure.
Luka, if you can explain in Spanish, si nos puedes hablar en español un poco qué pasaba por tu cabeza cuando estaba viendo el vídeo.
All right, I'm gonna jump in here for a quick second.
Un poco la siesta.
Because I can't help out with the current question. We'll see if we get another question after, but I think it's hopefully a big moment for Luka to just kind of let this soak in. He still doesn't even really know how to describe it. He said he can't play. He said he was going to have trouble playing in this game after the, obviously after the tribute and everything else. Damn, you got to feel for Dallas fans. What the hell happened in Dallas? It's still such a trip when I see Luka's jersey in a Laker uniform. So that's always a little bit crazy.
Luka specifically.
Final one here.
Pregame video. What were some of the moments that made you most emotional? Was there anything in particular that really stuck out to you as you kind of looked back at sort of, your basketball career in America kind of compressed into 2 minutes?
I mean, all of it for sure. But I'll probably say that the shot in the finals of the conference finals, we were always the underdog in every series. So the way we came together and played together, it was just another level, and everybody was locked in. And I would say that was the moment when I remember last year.
Luka, there was a lot of moments there with your former teammates. You had
final one.
You had embraces. What was that like for you personally, just given everything you just mentioned? You've been through with them, and then I saw you had a moment there with AD at the end. And what can you share about that conversation?
Yeah, I mean, those are, like I say, those are my brothers. I know we're not on the same team now, but I always have contact with them. We went through wars together, and, it was just like, it was nice to see everybody. In the end, with AD, we got traded for each other. So from now on, everybody gonna compare us to. I think he's an amazing player, and I think he's gonna do really good in Dallas.
All right, we'll stop right there. AD. Let's talk a little bit about Anthony Davis. That's a good transition to talk a little bit about AD and, obviously see his game. It's funny. I saw some comments earlier. Let me see if I highlighted one of them that I think I got to. Just trying to see if I highlighted it or not, but somebody had something to the effect. No, I didn't highlight it. Somebody had something to the effect that just kind of said, like, this is how you see a little bit of the frustration with Anthony Davis. You know, in one sense, you feel for AD because AD can't throw the ball to himself. He needs somebody. He needs a guard to get him the ball. He needs somebody to get him going. He needs somebody to deliver for him. He needs somebody to set him up for a lob. He needs to run screen and roll with somebody. Lakers were brilliant with how they were guarding AD. Basically, they're like, look, we're going to double Anthony Davis. And it's kind of a similar strategy the Lakers have had with a few different big men so far in the NBA, or so far since they kind of had this smaller lineup that they're working with. But what I'm talking about is they did something similar to Nikola Jokic. They've done something, Şengün a little bit of that, Chet a little bit of that. You know, just kind of depends on how talented the big is. But the Lakers have had some success here so far. I want to say with the Knicks and Karl Anthony Towns, they've had success with saying, all right, you got a big there that's very talented. We're going to find ways to make his life a living hell. We're bringing a double. Somebody's coming from the baseline. They're creative with how they bring the doubles. They're creative with their switching. And the Lakers, honestly, look as good as they have sometimes when they're playing, when they're outsized, just the way that they're playing. AD tonight in this one, 33 minutes, 13 points. Just 5 of 13 from the field. 5 free throw attempts, 4 turnovers on the night for AD, 11 rebounds and 6 assists. Give him some credit in that. 11 rebounds is nice, 6 assists, a good game from AD in that department. But you really didn't feel his impact. You didn't feel his impact consistently. You know, when Luka said that we're always going to be associated with each other because we got traded for each other, really, I think what he means by that is, yeah, by name they're associated to each other. But the reason why Anthony Davis's name gets brought up, it's because he was part of the trade that brought Luka Doncic to the Lakers. Max Christie, former Laker as well, 11 points, 5 of 8 from the field. I like Max Christie's game. I think he's, you know, obviously if the Lakers could have held on to him, that'd have been awesome. But shit. Brian Windhorst was going off, I think, yesterday saying, how was Austin Reeves not in this deal? I get it. How was another first rounder not in this deal? I get it. Dalton Connect in a first rounder, something along those lines. I mean, they still had assets to go out and try to get Mark Williams. Obviously, we know what happened there. All right, let me see everybody's comments here as we keep going. And obviously, I'm talking a little bit about the AD portion of it. AD doesn't look 100% healthy. AD to Cancun, not yet for them. You know, I still think they could make a little bit of noise here. And listen, the AD to Cancun portion of it, we can say whatever we want about the Dallas Mavericks. They don't have Kyrie. If Kyrie was there, his team would be really, really good. They would be a phenomenal team and a really tough out in the Western Conference. But that was also part of the reason why a lot of people are like, are you sure you want to put your eggs in AD, Kyrie Irving, you know, guys that don't have the best injury history? And unfortunately for the Dallas Mavericks, we know what happened with Kyrie. Guess it was just another game for AD. AD knew it was Luka's night. You know, I was when I was having that conversation with Kevin Gray Jr. this morning, he said that he had talked to Anthony Davis and said, you know, this isn't this. We're not making this out to be a bigger game than what it is. This is, you know, we just got to go out there as a team. And I remember mentioning to Kevin this morning, I'm like, Kevin, I got to be honest with you. I don't like that for Anthony Davis. I'd rather have Anthony Davis say, yeah, this is a big deal. Yes, I did get traded. Yes, we are fighting for seeding. Yes, we are trying to get in that playing tournament so then we could be in the playoffs. AD, unfortunately, none of that from him tonight. None of that from him. Mavs would be tough with Kyrie. That'd be really tough with Kyrie. AD is still inconsistent. I love this trade. I don't think there's anybody out there that doesn't agree with, you know, I love the trade portion of it. Reeves is chatting. Let's hear from Austin Reeves here real quick on the Lakers win.
This is, you know, the sideline over by Bron, and I was getting, goosebumps, emotional, and I knew if I looked at him, it would be more. So I kind of just kept my eyes up, and I think everybody had the same reaction. But for him to go out and have a performance like that, you can tell with how the stadium reacted, how much he meant to this community, to this team, and I'm just happy he's on our team now.
So what does it say kind of in the time that you've gotten to know him now that he's able to go through that, the emotions of it, and then go out and, JD described him as a killer, like drop 45, and kind of what kind of confidence does that give you guys moving forward?
We know we got somebody that can go win us a game on any day. Like JJ said, he's a killer. Like, I expected this from him tonight, to be honest with you. That's just who he's been since he's been in the league. Anytime he gets challenged, he responds in a positive way and just continues to get better. And it's really just a beautiful thing to see. If you enjoy basketball, to see somebody dominate the game like he does offensively is really, it's a beautiful thing.
You guys clinched a playoff berth tonight. No play-in tournament this year. You could still get third with another win. Knowing that you have that and Luka Doncic on your team, like, what's kind of the overall team confidence level heading into the postseason right now?
High, very high. We really believe in what we got here. With the way we went and performed the first game against, the best team in the NBA, just shows what we can do. And then even that second game, it's just, a back and forth game, a really good game until the Luka ejection. And it kind of just, took the air out of us, and we didn't respond in the right way. But, with the talent that we have, we obviously have two guys, and Bron and Luka, that, can dominate the game in so many ways. So, if I was a coach, it would be very tough to, prepare for them too. And then with the supporting cast that we have, we got guys that, do the dirty work, shoot the ball extremely well. And then, it's just, we got a good overall team.
They got a good team. They're clicking at the right time. And they've put themselves obviously in a position right now to be healthy at the right time, come playoff time. It's going to be an interesting run for the Lakers here. They still got to still got to go get one more win. Go get that win against Houston. That's the best way that I can put it. I mean, I think we could all kind of sit here and obviously feel good about the Lakers have done, but finish it off. And even Luka said, we got to go get one more win. So I think they'll be ready for Friday. We'll see if Houston plays their guys or if they don't. Want to give a quick shout out here to our partner. So thank you very much to Brad Wallace and the team over there at the Wallace firm. If you are someone close to you who's been seriously injured or is dealing with the loss of a loved one, you should find out what legal options you have. You deserve the absolute best in the business. You deserve the right legal team. And trust me, that's Brad Wallace and his team. Couple things in regards to Brad Wallace. My personal experience with him, known him for over 5 years or so. He's been running his practice for about 10 years. Him and I, he was advertising with me when I was over at 710 ESPN. He loves what I'm doing on this YouTube channel. He's a big Laker fan, so he's here supporting the channel as well, so it means a lot. When it comes to holding insurance companies accountable and maximizing case results, go to my guy, Brad Wallace, and his legal team at the Wallace firm. They're the real deal, and they consistently win big injury and wrongful death cases. URL here, wallacewins.com/Sliwa. wallacewins.com/Sliwa. This is a great way to get a free consultation. He could help anybody in the state of California. And if somebody wants me to make a personal introduction, I'm happy to do so. You can always hit me with an email. Shout out to Brad Wallace and the Wallace firm. I appreciate him being here and being a part of the show. Okay, let's keep things moving here. We still got a lot to get into. It's a busy show. All right, let me get a couple things going here. Make sure the setup looks good. And let's keep going. Let me read a couple. I got a couple more supers here that I got to get to. John Gary, Doncic inspires LeBron. They could win it all. Yeah, I think the key is the team just feels really connected right now. Guys, I'm not telling you it's perfect every night. We know the trouble that they had on that road trip, the loss to Orlando, the loss to the Chicago Bulls. I get it. But, all right, beat Indiana, won at Memphis. beat the Houston Rockets, who are probably the hottest team in the NBA right now. Them, Boston, there's a few teams. Warriors obviously been playing some good ball. Got to one of those wins against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Almost got another one, and then get this one tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. They're playing good ball at the right time. It feels like they all believe in each other. It feels like they're all pulling the rope in the same direction. This is kind of where you want to be going into the postseason. Alicia, we finally won a game with a meaning behind it. I think they've been winning games with meaning behind it. I think the problem for the Lakers sometimes is when they're playing a team below 500 or does not feel like they're a squad that, they get up for. Those are the games that have all of a sudden become dangerous. Alicia, thank you for the super. John, thank you for the super. I appreciate it. All right, B is gifting out 5 memberships. B, thank you very much, brother. B is gifting out 5 MVP memberships. Friday, I'm doing a members video for everybody that's a member, and I don't really care how you're a member. Whether you went out of your way to become a member, I greatly appreciate it. If you were gifted a membership, I greatly appreciate it. I just put a link in the chat if you want to become a member. Man, I'd love to try to get as many members as possible and continue to kind of create exclusive content for members as well. It's a great way to support the channel, and I hope you guys consider being a member. Where are we right now? There we go. Phenomenal. Right around that 300 mark in memberships. Phenomenal. I appreciate you guys being members, and I appreciate you gifting out those memberships. All right, let's see what else we got here. Chuck, the way they can swarm bigs a majority of the time is huge considering their lack of size. If they can keep that up, we'll be talking shit till June. All right, you can do the talking. I'll just do the shows. I'll tell you this, and I think one thing that sticks out to me with just the way that they are playing, I think to me it has more to do with to be as undersized as they are height-wise, they make up with that. Just having, strong. Rui Hachimura is a strong dude, thick dude in the NBA. He's got a great NBA body. Dorian Finney-Smith's not going to get pushed around. Vando is not going to get pushed around. So I think there's some things. LeBron certainly ain't going to get pushed around. I think there's some things that kind of play to their advantage. They're smart on defense. They're connected on defense. They know how to rotate. JJ certainly's got these guys pulling the rope in the right direction as well. All right, so there's a couple things in regards to that. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, we got a couple new members. Shout out to Dino's a new member. Keith is a new member. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Welcome to being members here. By the way, Dino, with a few of these, just nice enough here with a few of these supers. I really appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. Literally a 9, a 10 spot, a 5 spot. So thank you very much. Very, very nice of you to be doing that. HH, thank you, HH. I appreciate you very much as well. Here's an interesting one. Lil Jimmy, what are your thoughts on Jordan Goodwin in the playoff rotation? He does some good things, but still looks nervous offensively. Think he might break down when the lights get brighter. I'll tell you something about Jordan Goodwin. I'm actually very curious. I hope he gets some minutes in the playoffs. I do. Not that I know what he's going to give the Lakers. Not that I know of whether he's going to hit every shot and if he's going to be on point every single night, but I'm a fan of his style and I'm a fan of the way he plays the game. So for me, I think I would love to see. I'd love to see as much, not as much, but give me 10 minutes from Jordan Goodwin in these first couple of playoff games, and let me see what I got from him. Is the moment too bright for him? Cool, I'll adjust. But I like the way he plays. I like how hard he plays. I like the decisions that he makes. Not all the time, but for the most part. Is it going to be a little intimidating? Sure, of course it is. It's the first time he's ever in a playoff game. I wouldn't be surprised with that at all. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let me spend a quick second here. Just seeing this right here. Joseph, brother. Prayers to you, brother. Prayers to you You're looking for positive energy. I'll try to do everything I can to give you positive energy. I'm sure the channel will give you those vibes as well. You come on here anytime. Nothing but love, buddy. Nothing but love. Keep fighting. And I wish you nothing but the absolute best. All right, brother? And everyone I guarantee you on this channel wishes the exact same thing. So nothing but love to you, okay? We'll keep this comment up here. Big ups, brother. I hope you keep fighting and things work out. So, but I love what you said here. Greatly appreciate any prayers or positive energy. You came to the right spot. So nothing but love, all right? All right, I'm going to keep that comment up there. We'll keep that up there for a little bit. I'm going to ask everybody, too, if you guys want to do some roll call, let me know where you guys are tuned in from. And happy to kind of give a shout out to where everybody's tuned in from. That comment threw me off here. So nothing but loves and prayers here for you, Joseph. So we'll keep that up there here for a little bit. Let me throw in here real quick. Next game coming up for the Lakers. So they got the Rockets coming up. We know, and I kind of mentioned how many different games are going on as we sit here and speak. So I don't know what's going to go on the rest of the way. I do have a feeling the teams that we think are going to win. But here are the current scores going on right now. Maybe I'm wrong. Shit. 53-46, Spurs up 7 against the Thunder. I mean, that would be phenomenal if the Thunder or if the Spurs beat the Warriors. Spurs over the Warriors. I think I said Thunder. 53-49 now, Spurs with a 4-point lead. Nuggets up 3 on the Sacramento Kings. We'd like the Kings to win that one. Clippers are going to beat the Rockets. They're not playing anybody, so it's 35-30. They're up by 5, and like I mentioned, they're not playing anybody right now. Next game for the Lakers, they got the Rockets coming up on Friday. And we're just going to have to wait and see. I mean, I think for the Lakers, you're obviously walking into that game. You're not screwing around. You know, if you win that game, that's it. You're done. You're good to go. You got the number 3 spot locked in. The question is going to be, is Houston interested or no? Houston has earned the right to not play anybody. Now, I don't know if Houston decides they're not going to play anybody against the Clippers, but maybe they want another shot at the Lakers, knowing that there's stakes to that game and knowing that after that game, they could still sit everybody and get 7-8 days off. I got a little bit of a feeling. I feel like the Rockets might want to play that game. You know, if you just start sitting all your guys now, you're basically saying guys are going to have as much as 10, 12 days off. Do they want that much time off? Do they want less time? I don't know what the perfect science to all this is, but that's the next game coming up for the Lakers. So Lake Show on Friday, taking on the Houston Rockets. It'll be the final home game for the Lakers as well. Joseph, again, shout out to you, brother. Nothing but love, all right? Nothing but love. Let me take a quick look here. I want to see, I want to take a look at where people are tuning in from. And look, love. There's a lot of love on here. A lot of love on here. Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. So, very cool. Very cool. The channel to be doing that. So phenomenal right there. Okay, let me take a look here. I did put out. Let me try to find it here. See where everybody starts when I started my roll call. Okay. Anaheim in the house. Thank you for being a part of the show. South Bay. Temple City. Showing love. Diamond Bar in the house. Better not lay an egg versus Houston. Stockton in the house. Thank you for being a part of the show. North Hollywood. See where everybody is. I like seeing where we got Laker fans. Boston in the house. North Hollywood Red Line Station. Okay, commuting. Doing his thing. Melbourne, Australia. Rockets in everyone tonight. We saw that one. Rochester, New York. Thank you for being a part of the show. All right, Harry, if that's really where you are, I got no idea. You guys know this is YouTube. Who knows? Nothing but love towards you as well. All right, let's see what else we got here. Anaheim in the house. Echo Park. Thank you for being a part of the show. Vancouver, Canada. Oxnard. Compton, California. I'm assuming Compton. Moore Park. Albuquerque. San Antonio. San Clemente. Hooping, California. All right, just go hoop wherever you are. Victorville. Prayers up right there. Sacramento, Philippines, 818. Thank you for being a part of the show. Watts in the house. Phoenix, San Antonio, Colorado. London here. San Diego. The San Diego part, yes, but not anymore with the Chargers. Broke my heart. Athens, Mount Vernon, Washington, Utah, Atlanta. What a fun time of the year, man. What a fun time of the year. We got so much good stuff going on between now and, obviously the playoffs starting, and then the postseason is going to be incredible. Postseason is going to be unbelievable when that starts. Appleton, Wisconsin, Chula Vista, San Diego. Shout out. SD. Arkansas. All right, let's see what else we got here. Manila, Fort Worth, Texas. San Antonio, Brazil, Nashville, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, 4 a.m. in London. Okay, Fontana in the house. Cary, North Carolina. All right, Solana in the house. Okay. Melbourne, Australia. All right, good stuff. Fort Worth, Yuma, Arizona. You watching the Masters sleep? No. No Masters for me. Hollywood Hills, okay. Living nice out there. Reno, Nevada. Santa Fe. I think Santa Fe. Lemon Grove in the house. I always move San Diego right in the front of the line. Little Italy, Escondido. Thank you for being a part of the show. I'd appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Lake Sherwood, part of the or pointing them out as well. All right, I got a couple more comments I'm going to get into, and then we're going to call it a day. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, John, praying for Joseph. Love. Go Joseph, keep fighting. Love. Man, you guys are a freaking great channel. What a great little community we got here. David, in my opinion, Alan, best late post-game biz. Awesome. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much, man. Doing it official at the radio station for a while. Now was been on YouTube for a long time, obviously doing it, and now this is home, and I'm enjoying it. And you guys are the reason why I enjoy it. Talking about like when Bron hit 40,000 points. Alicia, thank you for the super. I'm not sure what that's referencing there, but I'm sure you guys were probably having a chat yourself. LeBron was excellent tonight. LeBron was phenomenal tonight. All right, my people. I think we are done. Back on tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We got a lot to still get into. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you for being a part of the show. I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Lakers, big win over the Mavs, 112-97. One win away from locking up that number 3 seed. That's going to be fun to watch these next couple of days, and looking forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. If you've yet to subscribe to the channel, please just take a quick second, subscribe to the channel. We'll greatly appreciate it. All right, y'all. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll get back with you guys tomorrow morning.